Now, a few weeks ago, we started our Every Space Counts competition, and we asked you to send in pictures of your garden as long as it was no bigger than 6 metres by 6 metres, and hundreds of you did so thank you very much indeed, although I have to say one or two were just a little bit eccentric. However, our team of judges, consisting of the garden designer James Alexander Sinclair, who of course is also an esteemed long-standing Chelsea judge, a producer from this programme, Louise Hamden, and Adam Frost, went through them all and came up with a short list of 5 finalists. Tonight, we're going to show you the first of those 5.
My name's Mike. I'm from Hackney in East London. I've lived here for 12 years and I started working on this garden about 8 years ago. When I first moved in, I decided to treat this garden just like any other room in the house. But instead of furnishing it with chairs and tables, I used plants instead. Originally, I had some decking, there was some grass and some small borders around the edges. So I turned the grass over, put down some weed suppressant and slowly built up what you see now. I suppose my inspiration for the garden comes from the countries I've visited on holiday, where you find yourself surrounded by palms, bananas and other exotic plants, and I wanted to recreate that back at home in London. Fortunately, I'm surrounded by these high walls which creates its own microclimate and gives me ideal growing conditions for most of the plants that I've got here. I did some research into these plants and found that many of them were winter hardy, low maintenance, but most importantly evergreen too. I tried to make sure that the plants that were in pots were drought tolerant, so I went for cycads and agapanthus for all year round interest, and for a splash of colour in summer I've got cannas and gingers popping up. The goal of my design in this garden was to stimulate the senses and also to inspire people. I wanted people to have to brush past leaves and duck under bushes and plants to have to see everything. I wanted an area that had scent and an area that had sounds as well. I think the key to an interesting small garden is making the best use of the space available to you. And I found that going upwards with my planting allowed you to do this. And at the same time, it also gives you space underneath for underplanting, which allows you to add smaller plants and give you more colour throughout the season. I use big structural plants like the bamboos, the fatsia and the bananas to make the whole space look a lot bigger. I enjoy the whole garden really, but scattered around it there are little mementos of the places I've been to. There's a couple of lizards from Bali, there's a tortoise there from California, some bits from Mexico. My garden's special to me because it's a reminder of the places I've visited. It's a nice place to have breakfast in the morning, and after a long day in a city and stressed out, it's nice to return here and feel like you're on holiday again. It's just a really nice place to relax.
We'll be showing the other 4 gardens over the next 4 weeks, and then you'll get a chance to vote on which one you think should be the winner. And the result of that vote will be announced at Gardeners World Live in June.
dreams that you dream of once in a lullaby. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dreams that you dream of, dreams really do come true. Ooh, someday you wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind. Be where trouble melts like lemon drops, high above the chimney top. That's where you find me. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dreams that you dare to, oh why can't I? Well, I see trees of green and red roses too. I'll watch them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Well, I see skies of blue and I see clouds of white and the brightness of day. I like the dark and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, singing, how do you do? They really say, I love you. I hear babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind.